Good afternoon, everyone. We're so excited to have you with us here this afternoon on for our June webinar. We still have people joining, so I'm going to give them just a couple of seconds to get into the webinar. And the count is continuing to climb. And perfect. So we're gonna stop at this point. It seems to have stopped. And I'm going to welcome everyone. So I'm David Kingsbury. It's great to be a part of your afternoon. Thank you so much for taking some time today to talk about our topic here, which is what about the web? And you guys know me, should know me. I probably know most of you guys individually as well. And I'm super excited to have our head of implementation, training, and support, Helen Triplett. Hey, Helen, how are you?
I'm doing well. How's everybody today?
Excellent. So you guys can't speak, but you can certainly chat to us if you have any questions. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We'll probably just take about 30 minutes. Our whole idea here is to inspire you with some thoughts about what you're currently doing with your web and what you might also do with your web. Okay, so here, let's get started. First of all, what do we do here at DeepTarget? I just want to remind you guys, it's very important to us and hopefully to you guys as well. It's to help provide a great engagement experience for both you and your members and customers, and help you grow your credit union or bank through service and product sales. And by service, which is so important today, we actually mean helping each of your individual customers and members achieve their financial success. And that's so critically important today to have a key advisor in this realm. And one of the keys to that certainly is making sure that you reach them whenever and however, wherever they are with what is most relevant to them. And part of that is using your website, because the website is your first opportunity. If you think about it, probably unless you joined your financial institution years and years ago, like some of us did, your first opportunity to engage with new members is through your website. And from then on, it becomes a trusted source of information for not only your current users, but your potential new members and customers. Okay, so that's our goal. And again, our topic is, what about that website? Why is it so important? How can your website best engage digital visitors? And how can DeepTarget help you on that journey as well? Okay, so we've got some content to discuss with you about that. So we put this up each time just to remind you there's an engagement lifecycle, and we've talked about it quite a bit, that what you're doing is figuring out what you want to present, or hopefully based on your knowledge of your membership customers, what is it that they should be looking for right now, what's most important. Then you try to identify who those participants are, and then you use whatever mechanisms you can to communicate to them, invite them, and engage them. And this time on the how to do that is a part of your website. And once again, it's so important to be relevant in this day and age. So Helen, you and I are bombarded, like everybody else, with offers left and right. How do you get through that noise? Right, Helen?
That's right. What do you look at? What do you ignore?
That's right. So user engagement begins with a website. And you may not know this, but the website is actually your most highest used digital channel. And we tend to forget about it because it's out there, always performing. And if we don't refresh it and pay attention to it and work with it from time to time, it will become stale to your membership or customers when they're exploring, right? And so how do you make it fresh and new and so forth? And once again, what are you actually using it for? Are you using it to engage existing customers and members? So is it where you provide all of your information on new loans that they may not have, new services related to retirement and so forth, credit cards, and ways that they can grow their money through money management and so forth? Or is it to engage new customers or members? Depending on, quite often you'll speak a little bit differently to those two audiences. And I'm sure your answer is yes, we're trying to do both, and therefore your journey is different. And so all of this bridges over into how do you do your advertising and the content you use. But on the website, you've got two individuals at any point in time visiting. One knows you and trusts you and already sees your value, and therefore they've partnered with you. The other doesn't know you. You're basically unknown to them. You have the opportunity now to build trust and to show them value. And how do you do that? And so it's a constant pursuit of those two, so that you can, and if you see this climbing display here on the bottom right, they come in as strangers, then they're so-called visitors, if you will. They start reading the content, and then they become leads. Ultimately, they become customers, and then hopefully at the end, they're promoting your financial institution. So great transition, but always something in play, if you will. Okay. So here is some industry insight for you guys to think about. So this is a great article on what makes a good website, the 11 must-haves. 11 is quite a bit, honestly, and I'll show you some even higher numbers in just a minute. But what we've done is we've picked through these 11, and although the other 7 are very important, here are the 4 that we think are especially important. First of all, we've talked about it in the past, but in today's world, you only have 2 seconds to capture the interest of individuals. And the first second and a half has to be about high quality imagery that they are interested in right now. And there's a lot of conversation about what is the right imagery, but generally, you may have heard Helen and I say this in the past, it needs to show images of people experiencing your product or service, smiling, looking like what they think they look like. Okay, so just let that digest for a minute. So the first second and a half, high quality imagery, the right imagery. Second, now you have a half second to get 3 to 5 keywords in front of them that they will then focus more on the ad or offer. And those right words have to be simple, honest, and if at all possible, based on proof. And we just throw in an example here. We care more. And this could be something that you might use when you're talking about concern for financial education. We care more about your financial education, that sort of thing. And then the third one is sensible sales points. Why should they choose you? And we all know that best rate, great service, no fees, low fees, that sort of thing. It can be a sales point. And then finally, how do you do trust signals? So how do you build trust on your website? So a lot of discussion about this, and a lot of times that's done through referrals, references, that sort of thing. It can also be through, many of our customers in the past have used their own lenders or tellers or whatnot in their displays and so forth. Even Helen, remember remember and you guys may have done this. I'm not saying it's unique, but you may have put your actual individuals on billboards around town, so that when you see them on the billboard, that's who you're going to see when you go and visit that particular area branch, right? Okay, so those 4 are, in our minds, must-haves, certainly for an engaging website. Okay, so this is really interesting. So we said, what are the 5 most important things your website needs to have today? And this is in no particular order, but it's interesting that this is the order that it resulted in. And the first one is to provide live chat support. And I know many of you are aware of this, and why is that so important? Because even though you have spent all this time creating a great website, this individual coming in may not see what they need right away, and they're going to jump right to a live chat. And certainly the younger generation are wide open to doing live chat, and because then they can engage somebody right away and get right to their answer, and that's important. Okay. The second one is focus on product experience. So this relates back to that 1.5 seconds on your imagery, or perhaps your video, that you need to show that the experience this individual user would receive when they actually took out that service or product from you. So as you've all seen in your perhaps in your ads, a really happy young lady, she's smiling, she's holding the keys of her brand new car, or she's driving down the road in her convertible and the windswept look. It's that experience. You want them to see that as a part of your website, and certainly in your ads. Okay. Personalize all customer communication channels. So again, this is part of what we do at Deep Target to help you to personalize, as well as pick, you can pick different generations, age groups, that sort of thing to personalize. And in our offer, you can put the first name. You can even use data bits, fields from the data to place in the ad, but anything you can do to personalize. Then create interactive and engaging content. So certainly in today's world, we went to animated GIF some time ago, then we went to HTML, so you can add video and sound. And then Deep Target even deployed a new interactive display technology we call 3D Story. And with that is a whole new interactive way to engage with the user. And then finally, gamification. So we even, so this is wide open, and we didn't see it. Helen, did you see it on any of the websites that we went through earlier?
No, not this time.
Okay, so we actually deployed internally an HTML-based shell game. It's been 2 or 3 years ago, so they could play a game to get their rate, and that was a fun thing that we did as well. So lots of fun in that, how you gamify as well. Okay, so the reason this is cool, and each one of these are sourced here, because where did I come up with this list? I actually use generative AI to ask this question. What are the 5 most important things your website needs to engage digital users? So I throw this in here. If you guys haven't used ChatGPT or the latest version of Chat with Bing, you should try it. So this is a great listing, and kept me from having to do a lot of research to pull this together, because they sourced it all, and it was is very true, the result that happened here. Okay. The next one is, then how can I track users that visit my website? So also a very difficult conversation here today because of privacy, right, Helen?
That's right. You want to And there's more compliance and things coming down the pipe that you have to really.
That's right. And you guys,
Yeah.
and I'm sure you guys have all had some conversations about this, and we've done some R&D on IP tracking, cookie uses of cookies, and so forth. And we simply are not, in our minds, we're simply not ready to deploy anything because of the ever-changing privacy rules that are coming, and so we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, right? Would you agree with that, Helen, head of our compliance?
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Okay. So what do you do about tracking on your website? Well, you can use automation. So it's called Marketing Attribution Tool here, which is Deep Target. Once again, in a logged in environment like online banking and mobile, you can, because you know who that user is, you can use data to make the ads, the offers more relevant. The other two that are unhighlighted here use UTM parameters, and hidden forms are questionable about how you might track your individuals, and they're also time consuming and more difficult. However, the other two are pretty simple. I'll skip to the last one, using promo codes. This is something you guys have all probably used in direct mails or in emails. Use this code, let us know this code, get a discount, that sort of thing. That's all good, and still very reasonable, very popular as well. But the third one is a really neat one that you guys also may be aware about, that when an individual user comes to the website, the call number that you might display, if you do allow calling, can be dynamically generated and then tied back to that user, so that you actually know that they visited your website recently and they looked at this page or that page. And so the individual taking the call can actually be a little more informed about what they're calling about, that sort of thing. So that's a really cool technique that doesn't infringe in privacy as well. And then finally, I'll just add that this was also done by generative AI, and each one of these is sourced as well. So pretty interesting content. So I went old school on this one. I researched it myself. It's not that hard. I went to Financial Brand and also issued searches inside of it about what they think make for a great website. And this article had 17 essential features for your website. It's sourced down here, so you can read it as well. I pulled out the top two that I think are most important, which obviously are personalization and attempting to personalize the website for individuals. And there's a variety of ways you can do that that we could talk to you about more if you'd like to give us a call. But the other one is the campaign landing page. And this might be one where you're going to run a campaign next quarter for the full quarter, and it's really important to your credit union or bank that you create your own unique campaign landing page on the website, which is where they will go from the homepage off to that particular page, whichever article or imagery or ad that they click on, and it could go to a unique landing page that is therefore more personalized for that individual, let's say. So if you had I'm just going to make it random. If you had an auto loan on the front page, check out our great auto loans. Then when they go to that landing page, it's just going to be about auto loans. It's not all the auto loans. But if on that front page you have I'm going to say a high-end vehicle versus a sports car, then the persona of the individual that is now going to that page might be different that you display, the look of that, the individuals you show. Okay, so I'll leave it at that. but think that through for a little bit, because the more you personalize, the more you make it look like people that they think they look like and smiling, the more engagement you'll receive. Okay. All right. So talked a lot. Let's look at some really great examples out there in our customer space. And Helen and I will give you a little brief review of them as well. Okay. So here comes the first one. Andrews Federal Credit Union. So I don't think we have anybody on our call today from Andrews, but what a great little, so you can see how crisp the imagery is, how smiling the young lady is, and she's experiencing great returns on her share certificate, right? And so Helen, what else? What's the other feature on this page that you see that's engaging?
Well, you've got a great graphic. You've got, you've got your term, you've got your great rate, and you've got call to action. You've got that chat. It's an engaging looking ad. It looks modern. So
That's
there's
exactly right.
a lot of good things that are about
That's
this.
right. So great image, high quality, great call to action. Enjoy for 12 months, so you get the understanding of the duration. You're going to enjoy it. You've got the actual rate, and you've got let's chat if you'd like. So once again, a chat bot available to them. So hats off to Andrews for their display. Next, we have Crane. Once again, a real simple display of, let's clear the clutter. Let's get rid of that paper. Let's go paperless for a chance to win $100. So gamification has come into this. What else, Helen?
You've got the chat.
You got the chat.
It's got images that are easy to understand, like they say, easy, efficient, and eco-friendly. When you look at those icons,
Exactly.
you know what they mean. Those are all great.
And doesn't it feel clean and clear,
Mhm.
the colors that they use? Awesome. So great. And then Evergreen. Check your credit score anytime. Learn more. Great image. I mean, how many of us haven't seen these type of analytical display, and how easy it is for them to go into it and then learn more. And then what's on the right, Helen?
Well, they have a live chat, but also what they have is a join Evergreen. So they've got some, looks like something up there at the top where they're looking for their new members.
That's right. That's exactly right. So and that takes them off to a very special landing page for new prospective members. So awesome. Okay. And America CU. What a great image in the background. I think we all recognize perhaps that bridge, and VA loans. So immediately it's veterans loans, and you get to capture the fact that low interest rate, no down payment. And then down here in the bottom right, what do I have?
Little chat bot.
My chat box as well. So interesting way. Notice how all the different chats are looking different across the board. So that's really cool. And one more, Georgia United. Joining just got sweeter. So they're actually going after, just like we saw a minute ago in Evergreen, join Greater United Credit Union. And they have an interesting search capability, which appears to be like a live chat. So I want to select an option and then go, and then into a live chat they go after. So really great imagery across the board. And we notice that the imagery takes the whole page, which is really cool, right? So more engaging overall. So great examples. So how can Deep Target get involved in this? Helen?
Okay, I'm going to try to share my screen and we'll see what happens. You've got me disabled.
Okay, let me able you up.
All right, you tell me.
You're good to go.
You tell me I'm good. All right, here we go. Let me know when you can see my screen.
You're up.
Okay, So you have seen the examples of real life credit unions that and what their websites look like. And this is some that we've mocked up. But these are, we were talking about the web. We were saying, what can you do with Deep Target? Well, you can use your Deep Target ads on your website in a number of different types of ways. Now, you may not know it, but this is included in your license with Deep Target. So you can use, online, you've got mobile, you can also use web. So we're just going to show you a few examples what this looks like. So on this web page, you see we've actually got the rotating banners. This is a Spinfluence up here at the top. You click your all users ads. So on the website, you're going to have all users ads, they're going to show here. But also, like you saw on some of those others, join. So if you want to join, click here to see why you are the perfect bank. We are the perfect banking partner. So if you were to click this, you could also bring up a microsite. This is something else, this is an option to do. So you have your background, you've got video, you've got your 3D story that's running on the side. So you could totally have this focus with messaging from your president, CEO, how to get started, those kinds of things. So you can make this a really good engaging experience,
Exactly. And again, you could brand this whole microsite to your credit union or bank.
That's going to look like this is going to be your website. And then another option is to look here is, not just the rotating ads that you saw before, but this particular website has the 3D storyteller embedded inside the web page. So you can also do this type of with your website. So those are, we just wanted to show you several options on how you can use Deep Target, on a web page.
Perfect. Thank you, Helen. So you, once again, you may not realize that you can do that this today. And so we're really excited to be able to share that with you because we tend to forget all the capability that actually exists inside of Deep Target, right? And so we wanted to bring that to light for you today and get you thinking about it. And I'll say now, if you want some help getting this put together, our team is happy to help. That's not any kind of charge or anything. Just reach out to us and Helen's team will help you get that started, right?
That's right. Support@deeptarget.com.
That's right. Perfect. So once again, I'm just showing you the Spinfluence up here in the top left, that spin capability. And I'm just going to show you real quick that inside of each campaign, you may not notice it, but when you look at your campaign, especially if you do the expanded view, it'll tell you if I have web ads displayed currently. And it's as easy as going into an existing campaign or creating a new one, selecting that web channel that shows up and click on the create new ad. And it's going to take you through the normal process. And what you've decided already is what does that space look like on your website. So if you have, if you design, manage your website internally, you'll need to set aside a frame and a particular size frame in the website, whether it be long and thin, horizontal, like we showed you, or support a 3D story carousel. In any case, you set the size and then you go about doing it the same way you would a normal ad, and you create your ad based on the pixel size that you just set. And then when you're ready, we're going to give you a code snippet to add to your website code or to your provider, and which will make that call to Deep Target for that ad. Now once again, it's not targeted. It's going to be an all user type of campaign, but then it can display for you. And like we said before, you could have a series of auto loan ads or deposit ads, what have you, that you could rotate on that particular, doesn't have to be on the home page, could be on a landing page as well. Okay. So Helen, anything else to add to let?
Yeah, no, that's it. It's very simple to do. So we're here to help you do that.
Great. Awesome. So super happy about that. We want to remind everybody that we support this rotation that we call Spinfluence, and we've gotten rave reviews from it. Many of you may have turned it on or not. It works in Banno as well. It works across all horizontal, mobile, and online banking platforms. And it's as easy as going into your settings, picking add rotation here, and going over here to this 3D transition. Now, it is a global setting. Once you turned it on, it will happen for all of your campaigns that are horizontal or Banno based or regardless mobile, that sort of thing. And we were on a call with Heather and her team at LBS, and she turned it on with her whole team and immediately said, I love it. It looks so cool and so modern. So check it out. And if you're concerned about it, we'll help you do that as well. And don't forget about our growth grids. Know your engagement and how it results in revenue. It's that third tab now in your management report. This is available today as well. So you can see this is that third tab is going to show you products that have closed based on influenced or impressions and clicks. And it's going to give you a total of revenue because we're going to turn your marketing department into a profit center. So a lot of great reviews. And here's Jim McCorkle, President CEO. He said, we love these reports. We use them in our board meeting. So that's phenomenal as well. Oh, and then Emily Dykstra loved it as well. So finally, we also offer managed services. And Helen, do we have any managed services customers recently?
Yeah, well, this is, we have a special going on to the end of June. And
right.
Since our last meeting webinar we had 5 new customers sign up for this. So we're excited about that.
That's right.
Help our customers be successful.
So add one of our experts to your team. We're happy to do that. I think we've got over, so we launched it in fourth quarter last year. We got 15 of you guys already using us, and we've got Gigi Blackshear talking about how excited they are that their performance with Deep Target has been through the roof since they got going. So really excited about that. Okay, so for the last minute, what do you have, Helen, as a Java Joy?
Okay, let's see who's still online here. Okay, so the winner for the Java Joy this month, it'll be Jacqueline Post.
Jacqueline Post, congratulations. Watch for an e-gift card coming to you by tomorrow so you can have a cup of coffee on us. Thank you for joining us today. I do see a question out there. I'll answer your question, Elena, via a response. If anybody else has any questions or would like to meet with us at any time, please let us know. We'd love to sit down with you guys, talk about web, how, in fact, even email, managed services, and get you guys going even better today. So it's, once again, our objective. Join us next month. We're going to talk about fall and winter seasonal campaign planning across all your channels and how you might do that. Getting ready for the end of the year. Can you believe it? We're almost at the halfway mark in 2023. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. We hope we've provided you some valuable information. Reach out to us at any time. Thank you, Helen, for being here with me. You guys have enjoy a great weekend. Happy Father's Day. Happy Juneteenth as well. Okay.
We'll see you next month. Bye.
Bye-bye.